The ship was traveling through the open sea. With a crew of hardworking sailors and valuable cargo on board, the sun was shining, and the ocean was calm. It seemed like just another day at sea. However, as the ship continued on its journey, a dark shadow appeared on the horizon. As it grew closer, the crew realized it was a pirate ship, flying the infamous black flag. Panic set in as the crew prepared for an attack. The ship's captain gave orders to arm themselves and protect the ship, but it was too late. The pirates had already boarded the ship and were quickly gaining control. The crew was outnumbered and outmatched. The pirates demanded the crew's valuables and any cargo on board. The crew knew they had to comply to save their lives. It was a terrifying experience for everyone on board, and they knew they were at the mercy of these dangerous Somalian pirates. The pirates were ruthless and overpowering. Quickly taking control of the ship, the crew tried to fight back, but they were no match for the pirates' weapons and strength. The pirates ordered the crew to surrender and become their prisoners. The crew members were bound and taken below deck, where the pirates then demanded the ship's cargo and valuables, threatening the crew's lives if they didn't comply. The crew reluctantly handed over what they had, knowing it was the only way to survive the attack. As the pirates searched the ship for more loot, the crew watched in fear and horror as they witnessed the pirates' brutality towards others on board. Some crew members were beaten and injured, while others were taken as prisoners. The crew knew they were in grave danger and feared for their lives as they awaited their fate at the hands of these dangerous Somalian pirates. As the crew members were held captive below deck, they could hear the pirates shouting orders and demanding more from the crew. The pirates were not satisfied with just taking the cargo and valuables. They wanted more. The pirates demanded that the crew members provide them with information about the ship and its route, as well as any other valuable items on board. The crew members were intimidated and feared for their lives, so they complied with the pirates' demands. The crew members also witnessed the pirates' brutality towards other crew members who refused to cooperate or didn't have the information they wanted. The pirates would beat or threaten to kill those who did not comply. The crew members felt helpless and vulnerable as they watched the pirates take control of the ship and make their demands. They knew they were at the mercy of these dangerous Somalian pirates and hoped for a chance to escape. As the pirates took control of the ship, the crew members were forced to adapt to life as prisoners. They were treated harshly and given little to no food or water. The crew members were held captive for several days, and during that time, they witnessed the pirates' daily routines and lifestyle. The pirates would spend most of their time looting and pillaging other ships, while also enjoying the spoils of their conquests. The crew members also saw how the pirates would divide the loot among themselves, with the captain and other higher-ranking members taking the lion's share. The rest of the pirates would receive a smaller portion or nothing at all. The crew members realized that life as a pirate was brutal and unforgiving. They saw how the pirates showed no mercy towards those who crossed them and how they would do anything to protect their way of life. The crew members also knew that they had little chance of escaping or being rescued. They were in the middle of the open sea, far from any help or assistance. As time passed, the crew members tried to keep their spirits up and hoped for a chance to escape from the clutches of these dangerous Somalian pirates. As the crew members were held captive, they knew that they had to come up with a plan to escape from the pirates. They huddled together, whispering in low voices, trying to avoid being heard by the pirates. One of the crew members suggested that they try to overpower the pirates when they least expected it. They knew it would be risky, but they were willing to take the chance if it meant regaining their freedom. Another crew member suggested that they try to send a distress signal to nearby ships or authorities. They knew it was a long shot, but it was worth a try. The crew members knew that they had to act fast. Before the pirates realized their plans, they spent the next few days preparing and strategizing, trying to find a way to carry out their plan without being caught. They knew that their chances of success were slim, but they were determined to try. They were tired of being held captive and wanted to take back control of their ship and their lives. As the crew members continued to work on their plan, they knew that they were running out of time. They hoped that their plan would be successful, but they also knew that the consequences of failure could be dire. The crew members waited for the right moment to put their plan into action. They knew that they had to act quickly and with precision if they wanted to succeed. One night, as the pirates were sleeping, the crew members quietly crept out of their quarters and made their way to the deck. They had managed to find a few weapons and tools, which they hoped would help them in their escape. As they made their way to the deck, they saw that there were only a few pirates on guard duty. They knew that this was their chance. They quickly overpowered the guards and took their weapons. The crew members then made their way to the bridge, where they found the captain and his crew. They engaged in a fierce battle, but the crew members had the element of surprise on their side. They managed to overpower the pirates and take control of the ship. With the ship back under their control, the crew members quickly set about sending a distress signal to nearby ships and authorities. They knew that help would be on the way soon, but they also knew that they had to remain vigilant and keep the ship secure. As they waited for help to arrive, the crew members tended to their wounded and took stock of their supplies. They knew that they had been lucky to escape with their lives, but they also knew that they had a long road ahead of them before they could return home. The crew members knew that they would never forget their harrowing experience at the hands of the dangerous Somalian pirates on the ship. They had learned the hard way that life on the open sea could be brutal and unforgiving, and they vowed to never take their freedom for granted again. After what felt like an eternity, help finally arrived. A nearby naval vessel responded to the crew's distress signal and came to their aid. The crew members breathed a sigh of relief as they were finally rescued and taken to safety. The naval officers praised the crew members for their bravery and quick thinking during the pirate attack. They were hailed as heroes for managing to overpower the pirates and escape with their lives. The crew members were grateful for their rescue, but they also knew that their journey was not over yet. They had to make their way back home and try to come to terms with the trauma that they had endured. After several weeks, the crew members finally arrived back on dry land. They were welcomed home as heroes, and their families and loved ones were overjoyed to see them safe and sound. The crew members knew that they would never forget their experience with the dangerous Somalian pirates on the ship. They had been through a lot, but they had also emerged stronger and more resilient than ever before. As they settled back into their normal lives, the crew members vowed to never take their freedom for granted again. They had fought hard for their victory and freedom, and they knew that they would never let anything stand in their way again. The crew members of the ship had been through a harrowing experience with the dangerous Somalian pirates. They had faced incredible danger and uncertainty, but they had also shown immense bravery and courage in the face of adversity. Despite the trauma they had endured, the crew members knew that they were lucky to have escaped with their lives. They had learned valuable lessons about survival, teamwork, and the importance of staying calm under pressure. The crew members also knew that their experience was not unique. Many sailors and seafarers around the world face similar dangers every day, and they too must rely on their wits and common sense to stay alive. The crew members hoped that by sharing their stories, they could raise awareness about the dangers of piracy and inspire others to take action to prevent it. They also hoped that their story would serve as a reminder to always be prepared for the unexpected and to never take one's safety and freedom. As the crew members looked back on their experience, they knew that they would never forget the dangerous Somalian pirates on the ship, but they also knew that they had emerged from the ordeal stronger, wiser, and more grateful for the simple things in life.